reaction on all of this. We have New Jersey Governor, former New Jersey Governor Todd Whitman. She had been busily campaigning with Kim Guadagno here, and you would mention something in those appearances, Governor, that I had forgotten when you were running, and your big victory in 1993, that you were down double digits, about 16 points. But you weren't down that just a couple of days before the election.
Not just a couple of days before. And, you know, the sad thing was that you don't know how quickly the momentum was certainly in Kim's favor. And if this election had been based just on the issues, I think she would have been home free, because it's really odd to campaign on a basis of you're going to raise taxes, period, in the state, $1.3 billion. And that was Phil Murphy's number. I mean, he said he was going to raise taxes 1.3, and that was just a starter for a state as
so it was really Governor
New Jersey.
Christie, right? That he,
really
in fact,
was.
A lot of people look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump lost the state by 16 points. Most Republican presidential candidates do, but it was really Governor Christie, huh?
It really was. Kim had a hard time separating herself. People saw that she was lieutenant governor. It's the first time we've had a lieutenant governor at all, much less having one that's running for governor. And so people had a very hard time figuring out who she was, what she'd done, and they just assumed that since she was linked with Chris Christie, that she was reflective of all his policies, when in fact he did it. You know, the governor of New Jersey is extremely powerful and
controversial, right?
And controversial.
The final second.
Yes.
I want to show you something, Governor, happened today. I should disclose that Governor Christie and I live in the same town, New Jersey, and we vote at the same firehouse. And this was an altercation involving the governor earlier today with a voter outside. Take a look at this.
It's easier to sit here and complain. It's easier to sit. I don't have the money like you. Yeah. Oh, really? I'm sure. Easier to sit here and complain. But you know what? That's the joy of public service. It's serving folks. It's serving folks. Yeah, it's serving folks like you that is really such a unique joy. It really is. You're fabulous.
That so reminded me of you, Governor, all your altercations with what happens? Where does he go now? What does he do?
Oh, I think he goes to a law firm, makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's in his future, but I don't know what else he does.
Can I ask you a quick question? What is it? I don't live in New Jersey. I've never lived in New Jersey. I've known who Chris Christie is for some time. In 2012, a lot of my Democratic friends from New Jersey talked about how he was a great hope for the presidency.
New face, yeah.
That he was a straight talker. He didn't take any lip from anyone, and they were very proud of him. But obviously, his entire political career has imploded. So, what was it exactly? Was it the economy in the state? Was it Bridgegate? What do you think it was?
Well, I think it was he started to think he was going to be president, and that's where his focus went, rather than on the state. And he kind of forgot about it. And then we had Bridgegate, and that was a huge scandal. And nobody really believed when he said, and I don't gainsay him on this, he said he didn't know about it. I can't prove one way or the other on that. But nobody believed him because he was so in control and he was such a strong presence. And the governorship, as I said before, is so strong that people didn't either believe
Had that
it or
not
think,
happened,
how could
Governor,
that happen?
could he have a realistic shot when he ran for president?
He could have, yeah. I mean, that was really the big lodestone for him.
Except he was almost Donald Trump before Donald Trump was Donald Trump, right? I mean, he was, as you harken back to 2012, Kennedy, and even your Democratic friends were saying, hey, this guy's fresh, he's interesting, he tells it like it is. And then all of a sudden, another guy comes along who really tells it like it is and stole his thunder.
Well, that's true.
From the same part of the country.
So that made it harder. And then, of course, there was the beach episode.
Oh, yes,
you throw a few of those in there.
Like
most recently, I don't know what his political future really is at this point, but a law firm would be good. You can make some money.
I think what's telling is that Kennedy grudgingly didn't even say that she has driven through New Jersey.
Oh, Neil, no, we go right around it. No, we'll take a paddle boat.
You're in the presence of the first and only woman governor of New Jersey.
What you're missing.